Or in other words, there are three subject matters in the Vedas. What are the three subject matters in the Vedas? Three things which the Vedas teach us. Lord Chaitanya teaches us: Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana. Every devotee should know these three. This is our entire philosophy. All the Vedic literatures, the entire Srimad Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad Gita, all of the Vedic literatures, they are speaking only about these three subject matters. So the first one is called Sambandha. What does Sambandha mean? Relationship. Yeah. Relationship means, how does Krishna relate to everything else in Krishna's creation? Okay. Sambandha means relationship. Lord Chaitanya says, Krishna Sambandha. We should understand, how does Krishna relate to everything in his creation? So how does Krishna relate to the jivas? From Krishna there are expanding different tattvas. Tattva means like an essence or a truth. So from Krishna it expands Vishnu Tattva. Vishnu Tattva means Krishna's own expansions. It is Krishna himself expanded into multiple forms. So this is called Vishnu Tattva. So Krishna's first expansion is Balaram. Lord Balaram. First comes Balaram. From Balaram comes Sankarsana. From Sankarsana comes the Adi Chatuvyuha. Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Aniruddha, Pradyumna. Then from the second Sankarsana comes Narayan. From Narayan comes the second Chatuvyuha. From them come Mahavishnu. Then the different Vishnus. So in other words, all of Krishna's expansions come from Krishna. Ete chamsa kalapamsa, Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam. He is the original personality. Now from Krishna there are different tattvas. So you have Vishnu tattva, then you have Shiva tattva. Shiva is not Krishna, he is not Vishnu, but he is also not Jiva. He is something in between. Lord Brahma gives a perfect example in the Brahma Samhita. How does Lord Brahma describe Lord Shiva? Yeah, just like when you take milk and then you touch it with tamarind or yogurt or lemon or something, then it curdles, it changes. It becomes yogurt or it becomes paneer. It changes. So once milk becomes paneer, it cannot become milk again. Milk can become paneer, but paneer cannot become milk. So once the Lord Shiva, when Krishna, he changes himself into Lord Shiva, he cannot become Vishnu again, not as powerful as Vishnu. But he is known as Mahadev. Lord Shiva is the greatest of all the gods. He's much more powerful than all the devatas, the demigods. Indra, Varuna, Vayu, Surya, anyone. He's much more powerful. But still he is not Vishnu. So he has his own category. He is known as Tamasi. Tamasi means he has contact with the material energy. Lord Shiva touches the material nature because his wife is Parvati, Durga. The material energy, Maya, is his wife. So he has contact with the material energy. So because he contacts the material energy, he changes. And then he becomes known as Shiva Tattva, Shiva. So he's not as powerful as Krishna. Even though he touches the material energy, he does not become affected by it. He doesn't become overcome by the three modes of nature. But Krishna never touches the material energy. That is the difference. He enters the material world, but through the internal potency. So Shiva is like a mix. He touches the external potency, but still he is fully situated in the internal potency. So in Vishnu Tattva, you have Shiva Tattva, then you have Shakti Tattva. Shakti means Krishna's energies. Shakti. Shakti means potency, energy. So Krishna has many energies. What is Krishna's first energy? Known as Radha. Shrimati Radharani. She is Shakti Tattva. If you look at the Pancha Tattva, if you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, And you see the Pancha Tattva, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivas, Adi, Gaurava. The absolute truth is contained within those 5 personalities. On Lord Chaitanya's right is Prabhu Nityananda and Sri Advaita, who are both Vishnu Tattva. On his left is Gadadhar, who is Shakti Tattva, not different from Srimati Radharani. So Shakti means his energy. It is not God. God is Shaktiman. Shakti means his energy. It is not God, but it is God's energy. This is the absolute truth. The Srimad Bhagavatam, the Chaitanya Charitamrita, they're teaching this philosophy, Achincha Veda Veda Tattva, the absolute truth. How God is one with, but different from. Most people these days in India, is anyone here from India? Some people from India. Now people are very confused these days. They have no idea of the truth, the tattva or the essence. They don't know the difference between Vishnu tattva, Shiva tattva, Shakti tattva, Jiva tattva. It's all one. Right? I am Krishna. Just like one time I was in Africa, 20 years ago. So we're in Africa, we're traveling, collecting funds to support the temple. And I stayed with one, he's like a life member of Islam. But he did not have such good association, so he did not have proper understanding. So we're going to take prasad, what I thought was prasad. We're going to take lunch. And I said, did you offer the bhog? And he said, we offer it to you. And I said, no, you have to offer it to Krishna. He said, you are Krishna. We offer it to you. You are Krishna. It is offered. I said, no. You offer it to Krishna. Difference between Bhagavan and Bhakta. People don't understand this basic essential truth. They don't understand the basics of the philosophy. Devotees need to understand this. And this is the essence of our philosophy. If you don't understand it, you cannot preach Krishna consciousness. Because it is the cheaters and the cheated. Prahlad Maharaj describes. People do not understand, and if you don't understand, then you just keep telling them things that confuse them more. So you must understand the essence of the Bhagavatam. So Shakti Tattva means Krishna's Shaktis, potencies. He has unlimited potencies. And then Jiva Tattva. Jiva Tattva means the living entities who are Tatashta Shakti. Tatashta Shakti means they are marginal. Marginal means they can be in the material energy or in the spiritual energy. Which one are you in this morning? The spiritual energy? No. Which one are you in? Material energy.
Spiritual energy.
You're in the spiritual? You're in the spiritual, he's in the material. You're in the spiritual. Anyone else? Which one are you in?
I'm in between.
In between, that's the right answer. That's the right answer. We're in between. Tatashta. Tatashta means marginal. The beach, just there behind us, is the beach. So the water is on one side, the land is on the other side, in the middle is the beach. Sometimes it's covered by water, sometimes it's uncovered. So we are like that. Sometimes we're covered by Maya, sometimes we are uncovered. Right? So that is Jiva Tattva. Now, how do you become covered or uncovered? What is the secret? Hands up if you want to be covered by Maya. Hands up if you want to be uncovered. Okay, so what is the secret? Everyone wants to become uncovered. Then how? How is it possible?
Consciousness.
Yeah. In other words, it's desire. One thing, desire. If you desire to be covered by the material energy, Krishna facilitates that. If you desire to be uncovered, absorbed in his pastimes in the spiritual world, Krishna will facilitate that. For Krishna, that's easy. Krishna is just waiting for us to come back to him. When we're ready, you're in the spiritual world. Krishna can arrange everything. It's like if you want to get a visa. You have to go and visit the consulate. You have to get a stamp. But Krishna, he can do it all for you. He can just stamp it automatically. You want to come to the spiritual world? Free. Free transportation. He'll organize everything for you. Easily. But are you ready? We're not ready. We're still attached to the material energy. So until you release your attachment to the material world, You stay in the material world. It's a desire. That's the only thing the living entity can do. He can choose. Does he want to be in the material energy or in the spirit? That is your choice. So these are different tattvas. This is called sambandha. Sambandha means relationship. How does Krishna relate to Vishnu Tattva? How does he relate to his own expansions? He is the source. Right? He is the origin. That is his relationship. How does he relate to Lord Shiva? He is the origin. How does he relate to his Shaktis? He is the origin. How does he relate to the Jivas? He is the origin. How does he relate to Prakriti? What does Prakriti mean? Prakriti means energy. There is spiritual energy, para prakriti, and apara prakriti. There are two energies. One is spiritual, one is material. So how does Krishna relate? How does Krishna relate to the spiritual energy? He is always absorbed in the spiritual energy. He lives, he exists in the spiritual energy. Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. Krishna is always in the spiritual energy. And how does he relate to the material energy? He distances himself from it. He does not enter into it. Does Krishna ever get into Maya? No. Never. Which Maya is Krishna in? Yoga. There are two types of Maya. Yoga Maya, Maha Maya. Maha Maya means material illusion. Yoga Maya means spiritual illusion. Krishna is in Yoga Maya. Spiritual illusion. He can forget he is God. He allows Yoga Maya, his energy, to cover him. So I can forget I am God. And then I can just enjoy myself. But if he wants, Yoga Maya can disappear and he understands, yes, I am God. But then, covers him. I'm just a cowherd boy. But Maha Maya never covers Krishna. Krishna never becomes covered by material illusion. He leaves that for us to enjoy. He says, you want material illusion? There, you go and do it. Hands up if you're enjoying Maha Maya. Not enjoying it?
Just enjoying.
Not so much fun? Then why did you come here? To the material world. Material world is called Pago Baba Ashram. Pago Baba means crazy person. Crazy Baba. Pago Baba. So Pago Baba Ashram. This is material world. Krishna said, you want somewhere to stay? Okay, go to Pago Baba Ashram. And when you're finished, you come back to me. But in the material world, everyone is crazy. Prabhupada says that. Everyone is delusional. Because you think you are your material body. And as long as you think you're your material body, then you will suffer. What is the cause of suffering? Misidentification with the body and the mind and the senses. As long as you identify with your body and mind, you will suffer. When you understand you are not your body, what's the first thing Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita? You're not your body. Why does he say that? Because he doesn't want us to suffer anymore. You're only suffering for one reason. What is that? You think you're your body and mind. Therefore, suffering. Concomitant. Because the material energy is controlled by Durga. Who is Durga? The wife of Lord Shiva. What does she ride on? What is her carrier? Lion. What happens if someone, we go out in the courtyard and there's someone riding around on a lion? What will you do? What will you do? Call 000.
Close the door.
What will you do? I will hide behind Manmohan. I said, Manmohan, call 000, I'll take care of this lion. Right? Scary. So that is Durga. She rides a lion. Why? Because she is saying, I will conquer you. When someone rides a lion, it means I will conquer. And what does she carry? Trident. Spear with 3 prongs. Trident. 3 modes of material nature. How will I conquer you? With my spear. Right? Goodness, passion, ignorance. Right? Past, present, future, time. Right? Adi Baltic, Adi Devik, Adi Yatmik. Klesh. Klesh means suffering. Suffering by your mind, your body. Suffering by others. Suffering by the demigod. I will. And then she says, she hits you with her spear. Right? And she says, are you having fun?
Tsunami.
Tsunami. She says, are you enjoying my association? Are you enjoying this material energy? And she controls it. And you cannot defeat her. How do you defeat someone who's standing on top of you with a lion? You're sticking you with a... So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Mameviye prapajyate. He says, if you surrender to me, you will easily cross beyond material energy. Otherwise, it's very difficult to cross beyond. So this is called Sambandha Jnana. Sambandha means you understand Krishna Sambandha, how Krishna relates to everything. It is his energy. You can transport from the material energy to the spiritual energy very easily. You must surrender to Krishna. Right. And now what is the process? How do we connect to Krishna? It is called bhakti. Abhideya. Abhideya means the process. The process of how the jiva connects to Krishna. That is called yoga. Bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga means union or connection. How do we connect to Krishna? That is called abhideya, the process. There is a process of connecting to Krishna. What is the process? Lord Chaitanya says bhakti. Bhakti, abhideya. Bhakti means by devotional service, you connect to Krishna. Now how do you do devotional service? Rupa Goswami teaches us in the Nectar of Devotion. How do you do devotional service? He says there's 64 items of bhakti. What is the first item? No, that's the 9 items of bhakti. But when he lists the 64, Shravanam's in the 64. But when because that list goes from 4 to 9 to 64. So when he lists the 64, what is the first one?
Surrender to spiritual
Chapter 6 of the Nectar of Devotion. What is it?
Surrender to spiritual master.
Yeah, Guru Pad Ashraya. Ashraya means shelter. Guru Pad. Shelter of the lotus feet of the spiritual master or the Guru. That is the first item of bhakti. You need a Guru. You don't have a Guru? Very difficult to advance in Krishna consciousness. You need a Guru. Bona fide Guru. Then you can advance. He will teach you abhideya. Because the other 64 items, 63 items of bhakti, you need a Guru to teach you how to do those items of bhakti. Otherwise, how will you know? People are sentimental these days. 20 years ago, someone came into the temple here and they left a box on the altar. You know, people leave gifts for Radha Balaram. So devotee took the box, took it into the paraphernalia room, see what is they offer. Opens up box of cigars. Right? Because in material world, you want to give someone a good gift, you give a box of cigars. And people go, oh, very nice. But because this person does not have a guru, and they do not understand what pleases Krishna, they give Krishna a box of cigars. And what does Krishna think? Well, useless. Can't do anything with it. Krishna does not smoke cigars. When was the last time you saw him smoke a cigar? Not possible. So, you must understand. Bhakti anyabhilashita shunya. Now, this is the pure definition of bhakti given by Rupa Goswami in the Nectar of Devotion. Anyabhilashita shunya jnana kamadinavitam anukul yena krishnanu shivana bhakti uttama. Anukul. Bhakti must be anukul. Anukul means favorable. It cannot be practical. Practical means unfavorable. Okay, so after breakfast, we have breakfast, after class, we have breakfast. Right? And then the devotee says, okay, someone comes to you and says, Prabhu, I need you to sweep him off the temple. But then in your mind you think, I don't want to sweep him off the temple. That is practical, unfavorable. Okay, you sweep him off the temple, but not favorable. Bhakti must be anukul, means favorable. I want to do it for Krishna. How does Krishna feel? He's sitting there watching you. You're sweeping off the temple. I don't really want to do it. And Krishna says, well then, go and do something else then. Go off and enjoy the material energy. That's what you're here for. But if you serve Krishna, you must do it favorably. with love. What does Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita? Ataram pushpam phalam toyam. You know that verse? Every devotee has to know that verse. Are you learning verses? You have to start learning shlokas. You learn?
Which one?
Any verse, you learn?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to learn. When I was brahmachari, every week you have to learn at least one shloka. That's what brahmachari means. Because when you're grihastha, it's difficult. When you're grihastha, you learn one every year. Every time you start learning, then the kid's like, So when you're brahmachari, you learn one a week. And it's your quota. You have to learn shlokas. So, every devotee has to know that shloka. Patram pushpam phalam soyam. Yome bhakcha prayascha. Bhakti. Krishna says, you offer the service, but with bhakti. Then he says, ashnami. Ashnami means, then I relish that service. And if there's no bhakti, Krishna does not relish. Seva. But if you do not do it favorably, Krishna is not attached. He does not relish it. So bhakti is the process of how to reach Krishna. Bhakti avideya. How do we connect to Krishna? It's through bhakti, but it must be favorable. It must be favorable, and it must be pleasing to Krishna. Both elements must be there. Rupa Goswami explains this, Jiva Goswami explains this. Because that man, he offered the box of cigars. So he was favorable. Anukul. Oh, Krishna. He had good feeling in his heart. But it was not pleasing to Krishna. Bhakti must be both things. To understand how to please Krishna, the mood in which you must offer the service, and the whether or not it's pleasing to Krishna. Therefore you require guru. The gurus teach you. And guru means diksha guru, shiksha guru. Anyone who is senior to you, you can see them as guru. Anyone who teaches you about Krishna, you can see them as guru. And that is how you learn to perform devotional service. If we don't have someone to teach us, you can do the service, but you have to understand what is the mood when I do this service. And is this service pleasing to Krishna? Krishna is particular. He likes things in a particular way. Prabhupada taught us all these things. Just like when you offer the incense, the agabati, it's like the devotees, Rasas offering agabati, incense and different things. Then you offer 1 stick or 3 sticks or 5 sticks, odd numbers. And Krishna, he likes this. This is his taste, this is his desire. You have to know what Krishna likes because he's particular. But when you offer the bhoga, and when you offer puris or jamatis or something, you offer even numbers, 2 or 4 or 8 or 16 like that. Krishna is particular. If that's the way Krishna wants it, you do it like that. Right? Just like one time Prabhupada asked for a glass of water. He said to a devotee, give me some water. So devotee brought Prabhupada some milk. And Prabhupada said, I did not ask for milk. I asked for, but milk is better, Prabhupada. Then if I want milk, I will ask for milk. Get me water. So, favor you may be favorable, inclined. You think you have to know what the Guru wants. What Krishna wants. The Guru is Ashraya Vigraha. Ashraya Vigraha means he gives shelter to the living entities. He trains you how to please Krishna. Because we do not know how to please Krishna. So Guru trains you. What is the mood? What is pleasing to Krishna? And then as a shishya, as a disciple, there are 3 types of disciples. First class, second class, and third class. Which one are you? Hands up if you're first class. What is first class? We should all be first class. First class means you know what the Guru wants even before the Guru asks for it. You've served the Guru so many times. The Guru comes every year. They come. Spiritual masters come. Shiksha Gurus. We have many senior devotees in this community. And these senior devotees, they guide us. They're our Shiksha Gurus. And they're particular. If you're going to serve them, you give them what they want. They like things in a particular way, then you serve them like that. That is personalism. So when you serve the Guru, you must serve as the Guru wants. He's training you how to serve Krishna. That is the mood of bhakti. So that is first class disciple. Gurus come, you know what he wants, then do it properly. Prabhupada was particular. He liked things in a particular way. Prabhupada used to eat his lunch every day. What was Prabhupada's program? So Prabhupada went to bed at, say, 10:30. What time did Prabhupada get up? 12:30. Like that. So Prabhupada sleeps, say, 2 hours, right? So Prabhupada sleeps and he gets up, and then for maybe 5-6 hours, he translates Bhagavatam, all these programs that we have now. Then, Prabhupada quite often go for his morning walk. So he'd go off, do some morning walk, like that. Then come back, give class here in the temple. Prabhupada used to give usually short classes, about 20 minutes like that. Give class, enliven the devotees, right? And then he would go and take some little bit of breakfast. Right? Then, after breakfast, he would rest for about half an hour. Right? Then in the morning, he would do some management or correspondence, or some devotees would come, or guests would come like that. And then Prabhupada would have his massage, about an hour and a half. So say maybe like 11 to 12:30, something like that. Then Prabhupada would take bath. And then after bath, he would have prasadam. Prasadam had to be on time. Prabhupada was very particular. He's punctual. He's particular. When Prabhupada left this world, we don't know what happened to ISKCON. Because Prabhupada used to be always on time. And now if you're in ISKCON, it's like everything has to be not on time, otherwise you're not in ISKCON. But if you go back to the founder Acharya, Prabhupada wasn't actually like that. Prabhupada was paka, what we call that, on time. Right? So Prabhupada, one time he was sitting there, waiting for lunch. I think 1 o'clock was his time, whatever his time was. And then one of his cooks, one of his female disciples, I'm just trying to think, what's Abhiram Prabhu's wife? Do you remember her name? Just trying to think of her name. Can't think of her name. One of Prabhupada's disciples, so she cooked for Prabhupada. So she was about 3 minutes late. Prabhupada, 1 o'clock means 1 o'clock. Doesn't mean 3 minutes past 1, it means 1 o'clock. So she came to the door, opens the door, and Prabhupada's just looking at the door. And she brings prasadam in, and she's like shaking, and she puts it down in front of Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, I've been waiting for 12 years. Prabhupada said, when hunger comes, if you do not feed that hunger, disease comes. You know, if someone's hungry and you don't eat, disease will form. If you eat too much, you will get disease. If you eat too little, or unregulated, you will also get disease. Very important. Prasadam has to be regulated. Don't eat too much. Krishna says in here, don't eat too much, don't eat too little. Right? But just the right amount at the right times. Very regulated. As Prabhupada was perfectly regulated. That's why he maintained his health until a very old age. So Prabhupada was particular. The Mataji came 3 minutes late with prasadam. Prabhupada said, I've been waiting for 12 years. Because Guru is teaching us how to serve Krishna. You have to serve Krishna on Krishna's time, not on your time. You can't just, oh Krishna, I brought the garland, I brought the offering. No, you do it when Krishna wants. On time. Prabhupada was particular about punctuality. So, we see that if you want to learn Abhideya, or if you want to learn the process of bhakti, the first item is Guru Padashraya. You need a guru, you need someone to teach you. So there is Sambandha, Krishna Sambandha, Bhakti Abhideya, and what is the last item? Prayojana. And Lord Chaitanya says, Prema Prayojana. The goal is Prema. That is the goal of our life. Prema Pramata Maha. It is the goal of life, to develop Prema. What is Prema? Prema means love for Krishna. At the moment, our prema is covered. It is mixed, it is contaminated by kama. Krishnendriya Priti. Chaitanya Charitamrita says that prema is when you want to give pleasure to Krishna's senses. Krishna Indriya Priti. Kam or lust is Atmendriya Priti. Atma Indriya Priti. Atma means head. Yeah, us. Atma, Indriya, that is Kama. Lust means I want to satisfy myself. That is why our bhakti is not pure. Because we want to satisfy. Even when we do devotional service, do you do devotional service just for Guru and Krishna? Why do you do devotional service? If we analyze our consciousness, when we do devotional service, quite often it is mixed with contaminated consciousness. I want to be the biggest book distributor. I know the most shlokas. I am the best cook. I make the best garlands. I am the lord of the pot ship. You can call me pot pard. Jaya Potter, Pada, Jaya Potter, Potter Pad, Potter Pad, Jaya Potter Pad, Jaya. But we think like that. We think when we're doing devotional service. Because Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he says, in the heart, in the consciousness of the living entity, there are unlimited
Desires.
contaminations. But he said of all the contaminations, which one is the most difficult? Because he says, in Chaitanya Charitamrita describes, Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagavanaji, Guru Krishna, Prasade Pai, Bhakti, Lata, Bij. Bij means a seed. Bhakti Lata. Lata means a creeper of Bhakti. But when the creeper begins to grow, Lord Chaitanya gives this analogy in Chaitanya Charitamrita, weeds also grow. And the weeds look like the creeper. So sometimes you water the weed, and you think you're watering your creeper, but you're not. And he says of all of the weeds, which is the hardest to pull out, and which looks the most like the creeper, is pratishta. Pratishta means the desire for recognition. It means pride. It means I want to be recognized for my service. Very difficult to get out. Even up to the level of being a guru, like an advanced Majjhima Adhikari. Even GBC, right? Very advanced. The weed can stay all the way. You can be a devotee for many, many years, but still, the motivation is very much pratishta. It's recognition. If I'm not getting recognized, I'm not so enthusiastic at devotion. If I'm getting recognized, then no problem. If everyone respects me, yeah, I'm paka. But, right, as soon as someone disrespects me, who is this person? In English, there's a very nice saying. Right? It says, pride often borrows the cloak of humility. It's a nice saying. Right? Inside you're proud, but you put like a cloak around you. Cloak means like a coat. Put around you humility. So, on the outside you're very like, you say Prabhu 95 times in every sentence. Oh, Prabhuji, no problem, Prabhuji. I will do it for you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you are my Prabhuji. Some devotees actually speak like this. But what is that really? Is that genuine humility? Or is that like a coating covering actual pride? Because then as soon as you press the person, give some chastisement, give some correction, oh, wait a minute. Very late, Prabhuji. I'm doing now, Prabhuji. But can you do some service? Oh, no. Their consciousness is not really there. So therefore, in order to please Krishna, you must develop prema. It means devotional service cannot be based on yourself. It must be based on pleasing Krishna. That is prema. That is love. Love means it's for Krishna, not for us. So that is what the entire Bhagavatam is teaching. Only these three subject matters. Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana. Krishna Sambandha, Bhakti Abhideya, Prema, Prayojana. That's our entire philosophy. So it says here in this verse, the Lord, He manifests the three modes of material nature, but He does not become overcome by the three modes of material nature. always fighting for supremacy. All day, they fight. Which one will overcome the other one? You know which one you're in, because ignorance means your mind, like just say you're chanting japa, right? So you chant japa, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So you meditate. But if your mind is in the past, that is tamagun. Oh, yesterday that devotee said that to me. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, yesterday that Mataji did not look at me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, why are you so cruel? Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Yesterday I did not get enough chapatis. Hare Krishna. So this is tamagun, right? What is rajagun? Rajagun means your mind is always in the future. Hare Krishna. Next week I will be the temple president. Next week I will be lord of the pot shed. Next week all the brahmacharis will want to marry me. That is mode of passion. So your mind is going on so many. The reason you're all laughing, because you all think these things when you're chanting japa. Isn't it? When you're chanting japa. You know, Radhacharan Prabhu, he was here. I've got two good brothers called Radhacharan. Radhacharan was the one who's the fundraiser, the one from India. Is that Radhacharan? Jivan. So Radhacharan and Radhajivan. Yeah, so Radhacharan's from China. He was here, just here. He was giving class 20 years ago. I was listening to class. He said, because we all chant japa in the morning, we're all around here chanting japa. He said, you put a big screen up above Prabhupada, and then you connect our brains by wires up to the screen, then you see what everyone's chanting while they're chanting what's in their mind. Right? He said, it's like a comedy festival. You know, what's actually going on in your mind? And he said, my God, you're actually thinking that. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. What goes on in that mind? All these things are in our mind. So that is mode of passion. Mode of passion means always in the future. I will have this, I will have this, I will achieve this. Ishwara Hama Hambogi, Siddhoham Balavan Sukhi. Mode of passion. Krishna says Asura consciousness, Asura Bhava. Right? Mode of ignorance, always yesterday. Oh, that did not happen to me. Oh, that did happen. That's Bollywood. Right? Oh, that did not happen to me. Now, what is Sattva Gun? Sattva Gun is right now. Right? It means Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Prabhupada says, when you chant Hare Krishna, Radha and Krishna are dancing on your tongue. And if you are meditating on the sound vibration and ultimately on Radha and Krishna, then that is pure consciousness, that is Krishna. That is Sattva Gun. And Sattva Gun, Prabhupada says, is a springboard to Shuddha Sattva, or pure goodness. So Krishna creates the three modes of nature, but he is not contaminated by that. We are contaminated. So our devotional service needs to be practiced in Sattva Gun. It means if you're hearing the class now, you might be hearing the class. If you're listening to class, that's Sattva Gun. Right? If your mind is thinking about something that happened yesterday, or if you're falling asleep, that is Tamagun. If your mind is thinking, oh, I hope I get enough pakoras at breakfast, that is Rajagun. Right? So you have to to practice devotional service efficiently, you have to practice in Sattva Gun. Then it becomes effective. So three modes of material nature are controlling all of us. But Krishna is not effective. And Krishna is advising, if you practice in Sattva Gun, then you'll make proper advancement. So we'll stop here and we'll see if there's any questions or comments on what we discussed.
Were you mentioning about different types of tapa? In that collection, is Guru Tapa one of them?
Yeah, you can say Guru Tattva is also another Tattva.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we said Vishnu Tattva, Shiva Tattva, Jiva Tattva, Shakti Tattva, so you can say Guru Tattva also. There are different, Guru is divided into different categories also. Krishna says in the 11th canto of the Gita, the Bhagavatam, Acharya Mam Bhajani Yam. Krishna said, you should understand the Acharya is myself. So that is a tattva. Because we know that the Guru is not Krishna, but he is Krishna's representative. So that's Guru Tattva. You must understand these things properly. Sometimes in India, people think the Guru is Krishna. And sometimes the Guru says he is Krishna. Just like I was in Aniruddha Prabhu's office maybe 10, 15 years ago, and someone sent a letter from India. So we opened up the letter, and the letter said, the Kalki avatar has appeared. Everyone come now and surrender. So Aniruddha Prabhu just got the letter and put it in the bin, in the shredder. The Kalki avatar is a little bit early. It's not coming for another 427,000 years, but yeah, and they say, he is here now. I am here. And people believe that. Even you go to India, there's one lady who's, she says she's Durga in Mumbai. She's very popular. People come and they offer her garlands. It's like, and she stands there and she's like, except when she needs to go to the toilet. And she's like, doesn't mean anything. So cheaters and the cheated. That's what it is. That's what it is like. So Guru means, Guru is Krishna's rep, but he is not Krishna, but he's the representative, so you give the same respect. And Guru, there's Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, Vatman, Pradarsh Guru, the one who first gives you Krishna. Okay, so Guru is divided into different categories. You want to add anything? Any other question?
In South India, people think that Vishnu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and Krishna. So can you give more information?
Then you have to study the Vedas in totality, because there are Puranic statements in some Puranas. It is like, I think there's Vishnu Purana. So there are some statements where it says that Krishna and Balaram appeared as a white and a black hair on the body of Mahavishnu. So it says that Vishnu is the source of Krishna and Balaram. But then if you read all of the Vedic literatures, Vyasadeva compiled everything. And at the end, then he wrote the final book, which is the Bhagavad Purana or the Srimad Bhagavatam. And the Srimad Bhagavatam clearly states that Krishna is the origin of Ete Chamsakala Pumsa, Krishna's two Bhagavats. He is the origin of everything else. So you have to study it completely. The problem is these days, it's always happened, but people, they take one part or one statement and they say this says Shiva is supreme. Because there are statements that say Shiva is supreme. Okay, but is that all that was said? Or one man, I met him one time, he said Varaha is supreme. Because there's Varaha's Purana. So there it says he is supreme. So Varaha is supreme. Yeah, but Krishna is the original form. So you have to take everything together and then you... Even in ISKCON, sometimes if devotees want to, in ISKCON, if they want to win an argument, they say, Prabhupada said this. Yeah, okay, Prabhupada said that. But then you look at everything that Prabhupada said. Right? And then you make a judgment. So that thing is, you have to look at things in totality. You can't just look at it. You know, the point is, if the conditioned soul wants to justify something, he will justify it. If you want to eat meat, you can find justification to do it. You can find Vedic references to do it. If you want to drink wine, you can find Vedic references to do it. You can justify anything in this world you want to do. But then you can look at all the teachings completely. That's why you need a guru. It says before you make any decision, you have a guru, sadhu, shastra. What does shastra say? What does guru say? And if they all agree, then okay, you can do it. Otherwise, do not do it. So, any other question? Speak louder.
In the beginning, you were talking about the first expansion from Lord Krishna's Lord Balaram, then we have the first Chaturviha, and then Lord Krishna expands into the second Chaturviha.
He expands into Narayan,
Into Narayan.
and then the second Chaturvyuha. Okay.
Which is those four again.
So, okay, you got Krishna and Balaram in Vrindavan. Balaram's in Vrindavan, he's the first expansion. When they go to Dwarka, because Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. So when he goes, that's Vasudeva Krishna. So then you have Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Sankarsana. Sankarsana, when you say the first chapter of Vyuha, that means Krishna is Vasudeva, Balaram is Sankarsana, that's in Dwarka. From there, then Balaram in Dwarka, he expanded himself as Narayan. Then Narayan expanded himself as the second chapter of Vyuha. That's in Vaikuntha. And then from that Sankarsana in Vaikuntha, then Mahavishnu appears, and then the material world is created. So it's like that. Any other question?
When you talk,
First.
You mentioned trying is the most difficult thing of oneself. Even at a very advanced level, what's the process to take that on?
Get rid of pride. Yeah, two things are very helpful. Does anyone have a problem with pride? Okay, half the audience. So if you have a problem with pride, the other half means they've really got a problem. If you didn't put your hand up, you've really got a problem. So, two things are very helpful. One is that you do seva. You serve. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he said that every day we should do 5 menial services for the devotees. So you do service for the devotees, then your pride will disappear. The reason we're proud is because we don't do service for devotees. But you serve. Devotees should compete with each other. Who will do the service? I will serve you prasad. No, I will serve you prasad. Like that should be the mentality of the devotee. And then the other thing which is very helpful for giving up pride is when you compare yourself to advanced devotees. Like you read, say, the Prabhupada Lilamrita, or you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, and you see what real devotees are. Then that makes your pride go. Or you get the association of advanced devotees. When advanced devotees come, you associate with them and you realize, okay, I thought I was advanced. Is it okay? Someone else has a question?
yes, I was asking this. When you talk about the Vyasadeva is written, Vyasadeva is the one person, or it's the same person who has compiled all these Vedas?
Vyasadeva?
Yeah.
Well, Vyas is the position. So it means that in every creation, a different person will become Vyasadeva. But Vyas means the person who compiles the Vedas, the compiler. So different people do it. He's a jiva who's empowered by Krishna, like Shakyavesh, to compile the Vedas.
We have their names. So is the Vyasadeva, what is their actual name?
The names will be there. Do some research and find. Any other question?
I would comment as you talking about pride, and Lord Krishna doesn't like pride of anybody. He likes humility. So I heard recently one episode, Krishna was in Dwarka and Satyabhama was there. So Satyabhama said to Lord Krishna that, look, I am looking very beautiful today, aren't I? So Krishna said, yes, you are looking very beautiful. Then Garuda came, that whenever you want to go anywhere, I take you very fast, don't I? Krishna said, yes. Then next came Sudarshan Chakra, The Sudarshan Chakra came and he said, look, whosoever you want to chain, I go and I kill you. So Lord Krishna said yes. So all three are having pride. So Lord Krishna told Garudji, you go and get Lord Hanuman. And Krishna took the form of Rama. So when Garudji went to call Hanumanji said, yes, all right, I'll come. So God said, no, you sit on my shoulder, I'll take you very fast. So Hanumanji said, well, you go ahead, I'll also come and join you. So when Garuda reached Lord Rama, then Hanumanji was already there. So he felt very sorry. Then Hanumanji said, "Who is this lady sitting next to you?" Sita Maharani is so beautiful. So that's how they met. And then Lord Hanuman, Lord Rama asked Lord Hanuman that, "Did you find somebody on the door?" So Hanumanji said, "Yes, I found Sudarshan Chakra. He's in my armpit." So that's how we finished the pride of all three: Satyabhama, Garud, and Sudarshan. So as you said, Pratishtha is the worst thing. Krishna doesn't like anybody pride. And that's why he goes always humility. Tanadapi Shamichena Tavapi Shashna Amanina Mandena.
If you're proud, then Krishna will arrange to make you humble.
He will arrange always.
Just stick around. Just stay in his honey, you'll become humble. Krishna will make all the arrangements.
Thank you.
Any other question? Okay, sure, Prabhupada.
Sure.